The AeroPress. We've already covered our go-to recipe, but did you know that there's multiple ways and positions you can brew the AeroPress in? In our previous video, we covered the standard position, and this one we call the inverted position. And that's because it stands up like so. We find that this recipe yields slightly stronger, slightly more full-bodied cups, which is great, and it's always fun to just mix things up every once in a while. All you need to brew is 14 grams of coffee, and if you like to add milk or you prefer something a bit richer and stronger, we'd recommend one of our blends. Today I'm going to be brewing the Tore Badia from Ethiopia. It's a very stone fruit forward coffee. It's really delicious. We're going to be using 14 grams of that, 200 grams of boiling water, and ground at the same position, a little bit finer on the finer end of a filter grind setting. 14 grams in the grinder, grind it up, and we're going to add it in. We like to try and line up the base of the plunger with about the bottom of the number 4 on the AeroPress. Now with this one, we are going to rinse our filter so it sticks to the cap. Just a little bit of water, be very careful. So once our coffee's in, I'm going to start our timer and we're going to fill up to 200 grams. Boiling water as always. Then once it's full, give it a quick stir and just attach our cap like so and wait for 2 minutes. Now in our previous video we mentioned a few things you can do to help alter the flavor of your AeroPress, such as using 2 paper filters, a blend if you prefer something a bit stronger. All those things remain exactly the same. The big difference with the inverted method is having to flip it. I will say, before we get to that stage, just be very careful, be very safe. There's just a little bit of pressure that builds up in the chamber when you do flip it, so be mindful of that. Now, as we're approaching the 2-minute mark, we're going to put our cup on upside down, and then we're just going to flip it like so. And I like to just give it a quick little spin to make sure we've got any coffee grinds that have been sticking at the top of the plunger. And then just like last time, a long, slow, gentle press. It's very important that you don't plunge on your scales because that can damage the weighing mechanism, so that's why I always take my AeroPress off the scales. Once again, once we hear that hiss, pull up just a little bit to help create a vacuum. And there you have it, a nice inverted AeroPress coffee. If you tried this recipe, let us know in the comments. Hope it goes well for you. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.